pelvic tilt. So relax your shoulders down by your side. Exhale, press down. Inhale, lift up. So you're lifting from the top of the hips to the bottom of the ribs. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Now find neutral. All that means is that you're not going to flat back. You just bring your hips down a little. When you exhale, you engage around the navel and around the rib cage, so you're bracing. All right, so let's continue with the warm-up of the hips a little bit. Take your feet a little wide, arms out to the side. Open up your chest, relax your neck. Exhale to the side. Inhale, up. Exhale the other way. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Nice job. All right, come on back up, and we're going to take the right knee up. Now, when you bring the knee up, you'll notice you go into flat back, especially on that side. So bring the knee a little forward so you can find neutral. You're not pushing that low back down, compressing that low back. Let's bend and extend the right leg. So down and up, squeeze those quads, down and up. Spread your toes wide and circle. 2 or 3 times each way is fine. Go the other way. And today we're going to do a little bit more ankle work. So I'm going to have you flex. Bring the toes, if you can. I know some of you can't. Bring your toes down, beneath, lower than the heel. Then bend the knee and push the heel up to the ceiling, and you'll feel a really good calf stretch. Now we're also going to rock the ankle side to side. That's eversion and inversion. And then we're going to relax that foot. Let the toes partially come up. And you're going to like bend that knee and just relax that foot. All right? So at the same time, we want to notice if we're sort of rocking one side to the other here. Try to find that neutral position. We're going to use this as a hip stretch and an ab exercise. I'm going to lift my head. You can keep your head down if you want. And we're going to exhale, lift, using that left thigh, that strong hip flexor to get into the abs. Nice. So we are using our hip flexor on this one a bit because we're not hanging on. Inhale. Exhale. Touch that toe down on that further away leg. Exhale. Nice job. All right, now we're going to bring that right leg back up and we're going to do some leg circles. So bring your leg up. Remember, the point here is to stabilize, not be in flat back, arms at your side. Lengthen your neck and circle. Now you can do you can go slower, you can go faster. I'm kind of going at a medium clip. I increase the circumference of my circle because I feel stable. And I'm going to do a total of 8, so I'm going to do a couple more. Inhale and exhale. Don't hold your breath for all 8. Inhale, exhale, go the other way. 8, 7. Internally rotate, the knees looking at you. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, come on down. Let's stretch those legs out. It's always good to feel the difference after you do that work, isn't it? Roll your thighs side to side. Bend your legs, and let's take the other leg up. We're going to bend and extend a couple of times. This allows the quads to really get engaged, help you massage and gently stretch those hamstrings so they feel a little less crampy, a little less tight, whatever word you want to use. Now we're going to spread the toes, and we're going to circle the ankle and go the other way. And flex, extend. Nice. And then we're going to spread those toes, bring the toes down as far as you can. Bend the knee a little. Some of you that already happened, right? And you're going to lift your heel up. Ooh, feel that calf stretch all the way into the hamstring too. And rock that ankle side to side. Nice job. Relax the ankle halfway up. We're going to bend that knee, cross it over, relax the foot. But get ready. Get into your abs because we're going to be lifting those heavy legs. You can have your head up or down. I'm getting my shoulder blades up. I'm stretching the back of my neck by really having my chin down, looking at my legs, elbows wide, and the hands are holding the head. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. So feel that stretch as you have the left leg across. You're going to feel deep in the piriformis underneath the butt itself, the groin on that lifted side. One more. I think we did 4 on the other side. There we go. And we're going to take the left leg up in the air. We're going to stabilize. Walk your right foot out from under your knee. If you have a hard time with this stabilizing, sometimes having the head up's a little better, you guys. Helps you get in your abs because you're in spinal flexion. So we're going to do 8. Inhale and exhale. Small circle if you're wiggling around. How can you tell if you're wiggling? Your hips might be moving. Your knee might be kind of wagging side to side. Torso, lower back ribs are stable. Keep breathing. 2 more. 1 more. Go the other way. 8, 7. Make sure you're internally rotated. Yeah, that knee likes to roll out. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Straighten that leg all the way down and the other one beside it. Roll your thighs out and in. So the goal is to really try to keep our hip flexor as much as we can, even though in a lot of the exercises, we are flexing at the hips, like in a lot of the ab exercises. So I will be doing some extra hip flexor opening to help train that hip flexor to let you use the abs and not always be fired up and tightening up your back, because that's where the psoas, one of the hip flexors, attaches in your back. All right, so we're going to do single leg raise, right leg up. Options are head down, head up. You want to work a little harder, bring the opposite knee up. Internally rotate. Here we go. Inhale, down. Now notice if your back's arching. Inhale. Exhale, get back in your abs and keep those abs tight. Now it takes a while to get in Pilates, I know. Inhale away, exhale back. Keep breathing. And switch sides. Here we go. We're going to do it about 8, so you got 4 more to go. 4, and you can go slower than me. If I'm not going at a pace that works for you, go slower. Take care of your body. And let that go. Nice job. Whew. All right, now we're going to do single and double toe touch. So you're going to bring your knees up. Now when you bring your knees up, we all know, then what happens is we get into flat back because of the heaviness of the legs. So bring your knees a little forward, so you're not in neutral, you're in neutral pelvis, you're not in flat back anymore. But your abs are engaged. Now I'll start with singles. You can go right to doubles if you prefer. Head up or down. If you're lifting your head, you're tucking your chin, and you're lifting from that front chest area where those abs attach into your 3rd and 4th ribs. Drop the ankles below your knees. Here we go. Inhale. Yeah, so even though it's called toe touch, the goal isn't to touch the toes to the floor. The goal is to stay in your abs while you're doing it, not overarch your back, not be in flat back, to be in neutral pelvis. Inhale. Away, exhale back. If you want to go for double, we're going to do 6 more. And if you're doing singles, that would be 3 sets of right, left. 4 more. Big exhale. Try not to let that belly puff out and those legs go away. Fight for that. Yep. All right, let that go. Nice job, you guys. All right, let's put the feet beside each other, open the knees to the side. Now, what happens with this stretch? It's a great stretch. It stretches your groin and it lifts your back a little, but sometimes it overlifts your back. So I want you to focus and exhale, draw your navel down. Some of you may need to assist your head up so you're not in too much of a back bend in the lumbar spine. I don't want you pinching. So inhale, press your feet together. Your knees will come up. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax. Push your feet together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax. Nice. All right, separate your feet a little, bring your knees up. Whew. Now let's talk about your feet positioning. You know, your feet and legs should be inside your hips, within the framework of the body, we call it. With the lower leg, we generally use the hips as our marker. With the upper body, we use the shoulders. But when we do this next exercise, rib cage arms, I want you to go outside the framework of the body. I have found many years working in Pilates that many of us have lots of issues in the shoulder, rotator cuff, and this really is much better positioning versus just shoulder width. So your arms are outside your shoulders a little bit. You're going to find neutral pelvis, do a couple of pelvic tilts, and you're going to exhale in a way that braces your ribs down. So the goal here is you're going to exhale first, brace your lower back ribs down, don't flatten your low back, and you're going to inhale, lift your arms. Now you may not go all the way, and then exhale, up and over. Nice, and you're going to keep doing that. Inhale, lift, exhale, down. So the goal there is to keep your lower back ribs down, therefore you're stretching your lats, your serratus along the side of your ribs, your shoulders. So lower back ribs down. But the low back has a little relaxed curve in it. Now this next time, lift and do a half circle down and around. Now when you're doing that, for some of you, that can feel a little dicey. So I want you to really lengthen the arm bone out of the shoulder and let your arm rotate. Don't hold your arm in one position. That's not how that ball and socket joint operates. And we're going to go the other way. Now notice my hands are rotating all the way around. My palms are facing up here. And when I come down, my palms want to be down, and then they rotate so my palms are facing each other overhead. You know, you might have a little different configuration depending on your shoulder. Inhale. So these are called arm circles. You do half circles each way. So traditionally that's done 3 and 3. 3 straight ones, half circle down, then half circle up. All right, we're going to do a hip flexor stretch next before we do the 100. So I'm going to have you turn on your side. And because we're doing more sitting, more computer work, more walking, a lot of us, right? We need this stretch. So lift your top ankle up, pike the bottom leg forward. Draw your navel in, open up your shoulders. Feel that shoulder stretch. Yeah, and chest stretch as you get your shoulder blade in your back. But find neutral pelvis. See if you can find it. It's a little harder to find there. Knees down, ankles slightly up so you're internally rotated. And you're going to push back. Now some of you are so tight your knee is forward. So your goal would be to get in line with your hip. Some of you are a little more flexible, so you're going to go behind. But make sure you lift that ankle a little bit. Breathe. Nice job. All right, we're going to bend our knees. You guys can turn your back to the screen. That's absolutely fine. I don't like doing that since I'm the teacher, so I'm going to go the other way. Knees in front. Pike the bottom leg out. Grab that ankle, bring the ankle up. Square your shoulders and lengthen back. Breathe. Yeah, we need that stretch. Pike that bottom leg out. You'll feel more secure. Yeah, that's why I keep you guys on gallery view so I can see what you're doing. Keep an eye on ya. Nice job. All right, bring your knees together. We're going to get ready for the 100. Most of you can have your head up for the 100. Most of you know if your head is down, then you are not going to do the arms. You will get great ab work just doing the breathing with the head down. So knees can be bent. You can have your feet on the floor if you have any back issues going on. Classic positioning is legs up in the air, a little bend in the knee, internal rotation. Tuck the chin, shoulder blades up, and bring the arms all the way to the floor initially, wider than your shoulders. And then lift up. Draw your navel down, and here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's an exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. Inhale, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can turn your head a little bit, release your neck a little. Lift those shoulder blades more. 2 more sets. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Done. Pull your knees in. Relax your back a little bit. So here you're not in neutral pelvis, right? When you bring the knees up and you stretch in the back, you're letting it go into a little posterior tilt, as long as it's not hurting your back. And you could always put your feet down if it's hurting your back and just rock this way. All right, Pilates 5. 5 classic Pilates exercises. If you don't feel like doing 10 is good for you, you know, it's too much. You can do these slower and you can take more of a rest between each exercise. So feel free to do that. When you're resting, you can do your knees side to side, like so, or you can stretch your legs out, roll your thighs there. So those are some things you can do. I'm going to be doing about 10 of each today. And for some of you, that will be a bigger amount, and you might not want to do that much. Options are for the first 4 exercises, head up or head down. You also have the option of the blanket under your shoulder blades if you need some assistance. You know, you're building strength here. You're working on your flexibility in your back. Bring your knees up. Single leg raise is the first exercise. Outside hand goes to the ankle, inside hand to the knee. Lower the leg, internally rotate. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. And make sure the knee that you're grabbing, you're pulling it inside your hip. So a little bit of that internally rotated thigh. You're rolling it in a little. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Each time you exhale, bring that navel down. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, you guys. All right, bring your knees in. I'll give you a rest after the second one. Both legs up. Now, this is one that if you have neck issues, you can keep your head down nicely. Arms wider than the shoulders. Squeeze those inner thighs. Separate, inhale, and exhale. So that's the modified version. Then I'm going to show you the head up version. Inhale. Now my arms are only going by my ears. That way I'm not fighting myself as far as trying to keep my upper back in position, my shoulder blades off the floor. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4. You don't have to go this fast, you guys. 3, 2, 1. Now you can rest your back. Pull those knees in. Now we're also going to stretch the legs out because the next exercise is scissors. And those long lever legs, they weigh a lot. So I'm going to have you do a little extra hamstring stretch today. So I'm going to have you bring your right leg up. You might need to bend both knees a little. And you're going to lift your head. It's a good way to practice. Climb up as high as you can. Tuck your chin. Internally rotate and only pull to where you feel a stretch, where you can breathe normally. And switch. Nice. Some of you will modify this exercise. I will start with the modified version. If you know the full version, I do the double breathing where you inhale and exhale, then you switch your legs. So come on up. I'm going to show the modified one. I'm holding the head. You also could have your head down. Here we go. 1 is inhale, exhale. Now, if you want to do full scissors, you're going to lift a little higher, reach up as high as you can up that leg. I know some of you guys have really long legs. So it's inhale, exhale. Yeah, make sure you're in neutral pelvis. You're not overarching your back. Nice job. All right, legs down. So that's 3 out of the 5. Single leg stretch, double leg stretch, scissors. Now we're going to do low lift. Both legs up. Let's open and close our legs. Squeeze those inner thighs a little bit. All right, hands behind your head. I'm going to lift my head. You know, my neck actually bothers me in low lift if I have my head down, but I have a bad neck, so that might be why. So do what works for you, you guys. Tuck your chin, shoulder blades up, elbows wide, and let the hands hold your head. Relax your neck. All right, so here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Only really go as far as you can maintain strong abs. So that means the low back's not arching. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You could go smaller, you can try going further, but if your back arches, then don't go that far. 3 more. Inhale. You gotta use a really strong breath to get into those abs. Get those ribs down too. Nice job. All right. Let's do our feet a little bit wide and do our knees side to side before we do crisscross. That actually will help us with crisscross. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. I see snowflakes out my window, you guys. Winter does not want to give it up, does it? All right, crisscross. We're going to be lifting from here, from our internal and external obliques. The arms weigh a lot, the shoulders, the head. That's just weight. So I'm going to start you with the feet on the floor today so we can really work on our mobility a little bit. You do have to have your head up for this last one. So some of you may want to do what I'm demonstrating. Put a little blanket under your shoulder blades, all right? Or you can do it without. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we're going to lift, not from our elbow, not from our shoulder. Tuck your chin. You're going to lift from your waistline. So let's do the right side. Lift 4 times. 4. Lift from the waist. 3. 2. 1. Other side. 4. 3. 2. 1. Now bring your knees up and let's find neutral pelvis. And we're going to do 2 and 2. Here we go. Right side. 1. 2. Other side. Lift from the waist. 1. 2. Now don't come down in between. Go singles. Inhale. Rolling through the back of those ribs. Feel those obliques, those side abdominals working. You're lifting from them, from those internal and external obliques, not from your elbow. And if you want to do the full one, 5 more sets. 5. And some of you might need to take a break. That's fine. 3, 2, 1. Let go. Nice job. Whew. Good job, you guys. All right, let's do a beautiful stretch before we do bridge. Keep your blanket under your head for now. Let's bring the legs out. So you're going to have to listen really carefully, you guys, to this one. Roll your thighs out and in. Cross your right ankle on top of your left ankle. And let your legs roll to the left. You can even move them to the left. You'll probably feel a nice IT band stretch, maybe into the QL in your posterior trunk on the right side. Arms are going to go up. Your left hand is going to grab your right wrist. Go up as high as you can. Bring your right arm by your right ear. You should feel like you're doing a half moon stretch at this point. And internally rotate the legs to the left and move your arms so your ribs open on that right side. Move your arms to the left. Nice. This is going to help us with bridge. All this stretching through the hips. All right, come back to center. Change the cross at the ankle. You can move and roll the legs to the right. And now my right hand's going to grab my left wrist. I didn't bring my arms down in between. If you did, you bring them back up. And you're going to bring that left arm by your left ear, and you're just going to do a half moon stretch. On the floor, so good alignment. Nice. Come on back. Uncross your ankles. Nice. Now we're going to get ready for bridge. So take that blanket out from under your head. You can put it to the side. Your feet are about hip distance apart. How can you tell? Lift your head and look. You see your feet? You're probably too wide. If you can't go like this and touch your inner thighs, you're probably too wide too once we're up in bridge. Square your shoulders, open the chest, so the shoulder blades are going down the back. Some of you are going to use the back of your arm, your rear deltoid and your arm straight, your tricep, so as you extend. You're going to lengthen your neck. Now, your heels should be out from under your knees. And when we lift, you're going to press out the toes, lengthen the thighs. Yep, like you lengthen them out of your hip. Lift up a few inches. You shouldn't feel your back very much if you just lift up a few inches. You should feel your ankles, your calf, lift up a little more hamstrings into the bottom of the glute. Now lift your chest. So you should feel your upper back. And now you can lift your tailbone and your sacrum. If you feel pinching, come back down Engage your abs, feel your glutes, lengthen your thighs some more, and try it again. And if that doesn't work, you can stay lower or come down. So inhale, lift is the breathing. Take your arms wide, exhale, roll down between your shoulder blades. Now some of you can advance this and bring your arms up here so you don't need that push from the tricep. You're still using the rear deltoid. So you're going to inhale up. The last thing you should feel is that low back. You should feel hamstrings, glutes. You should feel upper back, knees, thighs, lengthening away. And for you guys that have the arms above, you can take them overhead and you're going to pull your torso away from your armpits and your arms and roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. You don't even have to flatten out the low back, and the sacrum is the last thing to come down. Now if you need to stay with this one with the arms at the side, please do that. Inhale, lift. I'm going to do a combination. I'm going to start with my arms at my side. Get set, lift my arms up, so I'm sort of doing a combination of both. And then I'm going to lift my arms overhead and exhale, roll down. Roll, roll, roll. Don't have to press that low back down. Bring your arms slowly up and over if you have them overhead, and just relax for a moment. Nice job. All right, so you can grab a knee, you can roll to your side, come on up, and we're going to do twist and saw. I'm actually going to show that sideways today. So, as you can see, when I'm sitting here, I have a low back curve. But if my back was tight, I might be rounded like this. You don't want to sit in that position. So some of you may want to bend your knees a little, and put your hands under there and pull. Maybe it's hard for you to sit up in neutral. Some of you might sit on a blanket. That's up to you, okay? But the main thing is we're stable in the hips. Exhale, draw your navel in. We're moving from these ribs. Arms are out below the shoulder. And we're going to move through the ribs. So the arms don't close. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm snapping my fingers. Inhale. Exhale. I think it sends some good energy up into the upper thoracic spine. Thoracic refers to the lungs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And I keep my chin with my sternum. I don't try to look over my shoulder. I think that affects your twist. In other words, you can't go as far. Nice. Nice job. Now take your legs a little wider. We're going to bend our knees, point our toes, go into a forward bend. So we're getting set up now for twist. Sorry, for saw. We just did twist. So when we come up, we're going to do short to long lever. I'm going to show that this way too. Legs are wide, and we're going to go to the opposite side. Exhale, bend your knees if your back's tight. Come up short to long lever. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful, you guys. All right, we're going to get set up for some prone work, which just means face down. So you're going to use a blanket underneath your hips if you are tight in your hips. If you feel you don't need to do that, you don't have to. I'm taking one of these yoga blankets. I'm folding it the long way. It's about 1/2 inch, maybe 1/4 inch thick. And it's going to go not on your navel, because I want you to practice when we're face down, drawing your navel in. So being on the blanket doesn't facilitate that very well. So you're going to have mostly the hips and the top of the thighs on that blanket. So come on down. Let's start up on our elbows or forearms, or both. Elbows are wider than your shoulders. If you feel any pinching in your back, you can go lower. You can take your elbows a little wider. And can you do single leg kick all the way down here if you need to? Maybe you haven't done much back work and this is a lot for you. So you could be here. It's a 2 to 1. Flex, flex, point. That's what we're going to do. So find the position for you. That works. Your elbows are wider than your shoulders. Those of you up on your forearms, draw your shoulder blades down your back, lift your sternum, press out your fingertips. Here we go. Exhale. Inhale. So the purpose of this exercise is to stretch your abs, stretch your hip flexors, open your quads, get to know your hamstring. Exhale, exhale. Yeah, those 3 thigh muscles in the back of your upper leg. Breathing. Lengthen when you go down. Last one. Nice. And finish up if you're, finish up your sides if you're doing right, left, or left, right. All right, so now we're going to go down. And the focus here, remember that navel is off that blanket. You're going to first do single leg raise. So that looks like this. The problem here is a lot of folks lift too high, so that ends up pinching your back. You only want to go up to your glute and then lengthen. And you want to exhale and scoop your navel up off the floor. It's like a little suction cup off the floor. So you guys can have your forehead on your hands if you know this work. I have to have my head up so you can hear me. Relax your upper body. Do the little chicken dance there. Now exhale, lengthen. The right leg, say. And the other side, lengthen, exhale, draw those abs up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. So this works the glute, and this helps us for the next exercise, which involves the glutes and the back, which is double leg raise. So take your arms out. You're gonna be up on your elbows a little bit. Lift your head a little. Your arms are wider than your shoulders, so you're externally rotated at the shoulders. Exhale, really draw those abs up. I'm gonna show a modified version first. Tuck your toes under, engage your quads. And then point your toes. Exhale, you can hover or lift a little. You shouldn't be compressing your back. You should feel like you're lengthening through the sternum to the front, out the tailbone and the legs in the back. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift from the floor, if you can. And if not, you're gonna go back to the original one we did with the flexed ankles. So you should feel in this order: the lower glute, the middle glute, the top of the glute, the sacrum, the lumbar spine, and down. One more. Big exhale. Yeah, you should hear yourself breathing, you guys. All right, relax. Turn your head to one side, relax your neck. You can even draw your chin down. And then turn the other way, do the same thing. Go on the side of your temple, tuck your chin. Now we haven't done this next one in a while, and you can do it on your forearms or you can do it the long armed way that I'm gonna do it. So you're gonna separate your hands. They're gonna be ahead of your shoulders, actually ahead of your cheekbones, so up there. And we're gonna come up. I'm turning my fingers to 10 and 2 o'clock. I'm externally rotating my shoulders. I'm gonna get my legs in and internally rotate my thighs. Exhale, draw your navel in. Slide your jaw back. Now look to the right and exhale down. Look forward. We're gonna go one more time the other way. It's called neck roll. It's very classic Pilates exercise used to stretch the abs and work the back. Nice. Come down on your elbows, relax. Take your hands back, come up on all fours. Nice. Now we're gonna do a little cat dog. I'm gonna hang out here and roll my hips side to side. I think that's a nice thing to do. And you can circle through the shoulders a little bit. Now we're gonna tuck the toes under for a little stability. You're gonna press out your fingertips. We're gonna exhale, lift the ribs first. Now you can have a little bend in your elbow, but you're not bending the arms more when you come down. That's a compensation for an inflexible upper back. So inhale, go down, ribs first. Drop your hips, shoulder blades in your back. Don't lift your head too much. Look forward, just off the end of your mat. Lift, separate those sits bones, right and left. And then exhale up. I know that feels backwards. Open up between the shoulder blades, drop the tailbone. Inhale, down. Exhale. Up. Halfway down, because we're going to sit back in child's pose. Now, if child's pose does not work for you, this is child's pose, where we go all the way back, right? Some of you don't have the knees for that, right? So what you could do is take that little blanket you had. You could go down on your elbows. Your hips are above your knees. That means you have less bending in the knees. And you could take one arm out, like so. Maybe put your head down. Try to relax your neck. And then you could do the other side, or you could just be in child's pose and do your arms side to side. So if you're in child's pose right now, do arms side to side. I'm still demoing puppy stretch. Some of you can do both arms out. That's pretty intense as far as puppy stretch goes. It's definitely a yoga pose. It's like a Great Dane doing its stretch. So you could stay there. Those of you in child's pose, hopefully you did your arms side to side. Hold that for a few breaths, and then the other side. Nice. So here's what I'm going to have you do. If you guys have a towel or a blanket, if you're on a rug with your yoga mat, or you have a Pilates mat, you're probably okay. But we're going to do some rolling. And then we'll do some side series. So let's come down. I'm going to show you a nice, easy way to assess whether you've been rolling, whether you should be rolling today. So I'm going to steal from my yoga class for this one. So the hands are under the knees. I'm going to tuck my chin. I don't want to go past the top of my shoulder blades. But this is nice to see how your back's doing this morning. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to kick my legs overhead. I'm controlling it though. I'm not just going willy-nilly. I'm really controlling. So do that a couple of times. Swing those legs. Inhale down, exhale to get up. You're going to need that for the next part. Inhale. Exhale. Nice job. All right, now, the classic, I'll show this to the front a little. The classic way to hold is here, but that doesn't work for some of your body types. Maybe you got really large breasts, maybe you're really tight in your low back and hips, maybe you just got big legs. You know, we're all made differently. You can hold at the side of your legs, I'll show that sideways too, here. Okay, so you decide, I kind of like to do a lockdown because my legs like to go like this when I'm doing it. So I'm going to contain them a bit. Head down. You can push off with your feet if you want. Inhale. Exhale. Now you can touch down if that feels good to you. Maybe you need to push off. Most of the time you sort of float when you come up. Inhale. Exhale. Keep it. You're round. You are able. Romana Krozanowski. That's how she would say it. Inhale. Exhale. She was a very famous Pilates teacher, trained under Joe Pilates. Nice job, you guys. So now we're going to do rocker balance, and I'm going to show you a couple of variations there. So what we're going to do first is we're going to roll behind our sits bones, you know, the bottom of the pelvis. And there's a little space behind that, but in front of the tailbone. Then you lift your feet up. See how that goes. Now I'm going to let go here. I'm going to lift and put my hands under my calves. Now for you folks with longer legs, you've got to go very slow here. Watch me the first one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You got to exhale. You do want to nail that holding position at the top. If you end up touching, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. Inhale. Exhale. Now some of you can advance to a one-leg version. Again, you're going to go slower, more controlled. Maybe the other leg. And then maybe some of you might want to do the full rocker balance. Now there is a wide leg version you could do with internal rotation still. Inhale. Exhale. And it's okay to keep your knees bent and just still be hanging on to your calves, you guys. Nice job. All right. Nice job, you guys. All right, so we're going to come down and set up the side series. We're going to start with clam because that exercise works your hips quite a bit. So come down and you can be on your side, whatever side you want. I will cue top and bottom. blanket on top of your shoulder, pillow, whatever you got. Top of your shoulder, under your head. Take your hand, take your bottom rib out from underneath, square your shoulders, relax your neck. First order of business, relax your neck. Now when we're doing the exercises, this hand is going to be here for most of you. This is great because as you push the fingertips into the floor, feel it. You'll feel your ribs sort of pull in. So it reminds you to really pull your ribs in and engage your navel. It reminds you to use your core. Now some of you are a little more advanced and you might be able to put your hand here. Shoulders are still squared off, or you can have your hand here. So those are all modifications. When we're doing double bottom to top and a double side leg raise, I do want your hands here because you don't know what your back feels like until you do it. All right, so knees up, hand in front, top leg up. We're gonna do clam. Clam is traditionally done at the end of this series, but because we just did rocker balance, we're gonna do it now. So we're gonna keep the hips stacked. We're gonna internally rotate. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Yeah, it's hard to not have that hip move, right? Nice job, you guys. All right, relax. Now, we're gonna go to a straight position. Classically, we go out and piked, but I think this is harder, and it gets you in your core in a better way. So, bottom rib out from underneath, square your shoulders, hand in front if you need it, or you can have your hand here. We're gonna be doing small leg circles. We're gonna be rolling up and backwards so that we're opening this hip. So you're gonna anchor with the bottom leg. You should feel your glute cheeks. Take your feet and legs back if you don't feel that. Relax your neck. Feel these core muscles working, and circle. 8, 7. It's all about control. You're anchoring with the bottom leg. You could try the hands up here if you want. But, you know, sometimes I notice my neck gets a little tight, so that tells me maybe my hand shouldn't be there. 3, 2, 1. Nice, let that go. Now, I don't go the other way. In a classic piked out circle, you do, but I think that works your hip flexor a little bit too much. All right, so you're gonna lengthen and lift the top leg, just hip height. Don't make it harder. Don't lift too high. And you're gonna exhale, press into your fingers, lift, neck should be out of this. We're gonna do 8. If 8's too many, don't do 8. Nice, long, lean muscles, beautiful. All right, now we're gonna do double leg. I really want you to have your hand in front when you do that. Lengthen and lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees and pike out. We're going to start with side kick in this position. So we're going to lift the top leg, hip height. Inhale, go back till you feel the glutes. Shoulders are still stacked, hips are stacked. And you're going to do 2 in front. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Now, classically, you do about 4 or 5 of these. Some folks do a little bit more. I'm going to do 6 this morning. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. We're going to come back out, and we're going to do hot potato and short side leg lift. So let's do hot potato first. We're going to do the double version. So the double version, you tap in front twice, 1, 2. You go right behind the leg, not way behind, just behind, and you're lengthening and internally rotating. That's an inhale, exhale. So here we go. 1, 2, inhale, exhale. 1, 2, inhale, exhale. 1, 2. I'm showing some variations with what I'm doing with my upper body. You can even put your arm behind. 1, 2. Inhale, exhale, last 1. So a variation on that might be to go a little higher, not to go more front to back. That kind of defeats the purpose of what we're doing there. Now bend your knee and bring that in before we do short side leg lift, which also works that side hip. Go ahead back to our piked position. Relax your neck. And we're going to do short side leg lift. This is one most of you could probably do with your hand on your hips because you're piped out and you're fairly stable. So I'm going to stabilize with the bottom leg, flex and lift. Inhale, exhale down. Flex, point. Inhale, exhale, flex, point. A little faster. If you're already done, that's fine. Take a break. Last one. Beautiful job. All right, so we're going to bring the knee up. We're now going to get ready for a Mat stretch, but here's the deal. We're not going to have the leg go straight to the ceiling. It's going to go slightly forward and up. So I want you to take this top hip and bring it forward so you're really stacked well. And then when you straighten this leg, you're going to go forward and up. You should be able to squeeze your middle butt cheeks and push both thigh bones forward. We're going to flex. Here we go. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. You can go slower. We're going to do 8 of these. You can only do 4 or 5 if you want. You can go slower than me. Flex, point. Inhale, exhale, flex, point. Inhale, exhale, flex, point, and breathe. Nice job. All right, so we're going to set up for inside leg lift. We all have different tightnesses in our hips. Bend your knee. The classic way is elbow inside, hand behind the ankle. Some of you can't do that. You might have to be in front, or you might need to lay your leg down differently. The most important thing is to straighten the bottom leg and get the hips stacked. Because if the hips are stacked, you can still do inner thigh work no matter how you hold that leg in front. You're going to flex the bottom ankle, open up your neck. Yeah, we tend to look down a lot, so look up. And we're going to flex. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold up. Point your toe, 5 circles. 5, 4. If you want to go slower, if you only want to do 2 or 3, that's fine. 1 more. Go the other way. Do as big a circle as you can do. We're really fighting that tightness in the IT band. Nice job. All right. We already did clam, but bend your knees because we're going to do a nice side stretch. We're going to take the bottom arm out from underneath, and we're going to stretch the shoulder blade and reach forward. The knees are up, almost to your navel. We're going to take the top arm up, and we're going to go back. And just feel that stretch. Now, to advance this, we're going to take the top leg forward. You can grab that leg or not. If you want more stretch, you can straighten the bottom leg, but that is not necessary. You can do that if you like. And I always have my chin with my sternum. I don't try to look over my back shoulder. Nice. Bend both knees. Come around, and when you feel ready, take that top arm, and let's come up and go to the other side. So, blanket on top of your shoulder, under your head. We're going to start with clam, like we did on the other side. Stack your shoulders, make sure your shoulders and hips are in good alignment. Externally rotate at the shoulders, top leg up. This hip doesn't move. Exhale, inhale, exhale. So I'm really internally rotating, and you exhale there. Externally rotating, and you inhale there. Yeah, we use the breath in Pilates. You inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth to engage the abs. Nice job, you guys. All right, let's go to straight. Stack your hips, internally rotate your thighs. Relax that neck and pull that core in. Use it. You should be feeling your glutes. When you lift that top leg, you're anchored in the bottom leg. If you don't feel your glutes, move back. And we're going to circle backwards. 8. Make sure that thigh is internally rotated, so the knee is facing front. Pilates is all about that precision and alignment, so you can create flow and better movement patterns in the body. 2 and 1, and come down. Bottom to top is next. Use your hands, especially the first one. You can always come up here later. 4. No, we did 8 on the other side. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand in front for double leg lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. Bend your knees, relax, pike out. We're going to start with side kick. So always kind of reconfigure your body. Feel if you're anchored on the bottom. Square your shoulders. Exhale, pull those abs in. Top leg up, inhale back. And this is where you can figure out your pike. So if you feel your shoulder coming forward, maybe the bottom leg because you're long-legged or you're tight or both, needs to be more front. Exhale. Inhale back. 4 more of those. Exhale, exhale, inhale. 2 more. 1 more. Nice job. Bring your legs together. Double hot potato like we did on the other side. 1, 2, inhale, exhale, lengthen. 1, 2, internally rotate and back. 1, 2, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 1, 2, last 1. Nice. Now bend your knees, stretch. Open up that shoulder, look up a little. You can even roll your shoulder and then re-stabilize the upper body. Short side leg lift. Legs back out in that piked forward position. Flex the ankle, lift, inhale, exhale, flex, point. So start off slow, get the biomechanics of that, and now do that a little faster. Don't hyperventilate. Beautiful. All right, so now we're gonna bring our knee up. We're gonna make sure our hips are stacked, so lean forward. And when you come up into that Mat stretch, you're forward and up. You feel these middle butt cheeks. Both thighs are kind of trending forward. This one's forward and up, and the one that's up in the air. So flex down, inhale. Exhale, up. Inhale. If anything hurts in your back, you might want to limit this movement. Every day is different. Flex, point, inhale, exhale, flex, point, inhale, exhale. 1 more, and hold that Mat stretch. Yeah, hang on to that leg, squeeze your butt cheeks, push both of those thighs forward. Yeah, and the one up in the air, forward and up. All right, so we're gonna set up for inside leg lift. We're gonna straighten that bottom leg, stack the shoulders, stack the hips. Stacking those hips is essential to doing this right. Flex the bottom ankle, lift with the inner thigh. 8, 7, 6. How high you can go. Go a little higher each time. Gently opening up that iliotibial band, that's our outer thigh. And we're gonna hold up, point the toe, 5 circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bend your knees. You're gonna take your bottom arm out from underneath. Top arm up below the shoulder. You can take your top leg out before or after you do the twist. That's up to you. You can straighten the bottom leg if you want more stretch. But like I said before, if you can't breathe and relax, you probably shouldn't be there. You might even want to bend both knees. And breathe. Nice. Bend your knees. Get the back arm back. Make sure that shoulder feels good. Come up into all fours. We're going to tuck our toes under. Exhale. Walk back to your feet. Bend your knees and roll up. And we're going to end with zipper. So I'm going to have you put your heels together. First position, but make sure before you do that, you internally rotate, squeeze your inner thighs. Use your toes, they're for balance. We're gonna lift our heels, and we're gonna go into the balls of our feet. We're going straight up, not forward. Inhale, lift. Pretend you're hanging from the ceiling. Exhale, down. Do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Nice job, you guys. Very nice.